Outlet Liquor is your place to buy a case. Stock up and save when you shop the lowest prices available every day at Outlet Liquor. You never have to wait for a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Only at Outlet Liquor.
What's your outlet?
Welcome, everybody, to another rendition of I'll Hang Up and Listen. Duane from Two Goalies, One Mic, riding solo at the moment. Yeah. Like, how can you not laugh? How can you not laugh? You had two separate 3-goal leads. Out of the last 7 games, 5 of those games you scored 4 goals. And you can't win a game. You won 1 time. But that's embarrassing. That's like you make losing an art form. We are so soft on our own end. Like we just really are. Okay. Out of all the positive moments you saw in this game, like there are so many more negative ones. Just like that first period was great. But you want to know what? Like Florida's talent really was so apparent tonight, and our lack of talent was so apparent tonight. Like, this team works hard. They grind. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. They're going to grind out loser points this year just because of their willingness to work harder than the other team. But, like, this is a perfect example of where, like, the teams with the high-end talent are going to beat you because of said talent and not just hard work. Like, Huberdeau, Verhaeghe, just, his name, the rookie, Lindell. Like these guys, they're so fucking talented, and these are the types of games where that talent is going to shine through. And you had them against the ropes after the first period, even though like they were still getting their chances. You saw some of the saves Dell had to make in the first period. Like he was standing on his head there for a little bit, especially on that one penalty kill. Like, they were getting their opportunities, but we were taking advantage of their defensive lapses, and we were capitalizing. We chased Bobrovsky out of the net in the second period. Like you have to be able to shut things down in your own end, and we just can't do that. It's not just Dahlin either. I know Dahlin takes it's not just him. Yoki Haru looks abysmal right now. Colin Miller has fallen off completely from the defense we've seen since the start of the season. Robert Hagg, who was eating pucks left and right, just looks lost out there. Like, it's not just him. It really isn't. Like, I know he's the first overall pick. I know he's the guy everybody wants to pick on because you've expected this and you're only getting this right now. But, like, this is where the lack of talent, like, really starts to shine through. And me personally, I'm not going to start judging Rasmus Dahlin until next year when this team is really more on trending to be more built to be a contending team. When you have your Krebs, your Quinn, your Paterka all playing up here, your Owen Power. Like we don't have a single shutdown defenseman on this team. We don't have that guy that can really you could throw out there against a top line and know he's going to go out there and shut him down. Kind of like a Drew Doughty. You could throw him out there literally against the best players in the world when he was in his prime, and he's going to shut him down. We don't have that guy right now. We just don't. Dahlin needs that guy opposite him, so so he doesn't always have to worry and second guess what he's doing because he doesn't have a guy back on the other side of him that can make up for if he makes a mistake. Like he's just not a defensive shutdown defenseman. As much as we want that, that's not why we drafted him. It's not. Do we need him to be better in his own end? Absolutely. But he's just not that guy. He's not going to be that guy. He's going to be the guy that, drives play out of his own end. And offense can be defense too. When you drive play, you maintain possession of the puck. It's not the same. You know what I mean? That can be like good defense as well when you're driving play. So that's just my thought. The goaltending is just so abysmal. Like, I get it. Tonight may not be necessarily as much, not 100% Aaron Dell's fault. But God, man, like this is where you just need your goalies to make saves for you. You need your goalies to bail you out every once in a while. And this guy just can't. Neither of these guys can. Once in a while you might get a save out of Tokarski, but like you need these guys when you make a mistake, when you have a lapse, to be able to bail you out. We just don't have that guy right now. And Malcolm Subban isn't going to be that guy either. I'm interested to see how well he plays. until we get Craig Anderson back. But it's just so sad, and I love Craig Anderson, that we're just begging for a 40-year-old goaltender to come back and save our season. Like, not save our season, but you know what? Help us start winning games. But, like, it shouldn't come down to that. Needing a 40-year-old goaltender who, if we don't sign him, probably retires to come in and just, to help us win games. Like, it's just, it's just so frustrating, man. It's so frustrating. I don't understand how this team, again, for me, it's not even just, it's not even a thing of, it's not even, it's not for a lack of hard work. It's not for a lack of, willing to lay your body in the line and grind and this or that. It's none of that. It really isn't. It's just you're it's not, the talent isn't there yet. Like, I know we've seen so many positives of this team. I'm guilty of it too, to the point where it's like, oh man, this team could contend if we get a goal. Like, you make too many mistakes at your own end. You just do. And like, good teams like Florida are gonna nail you to the cross when you make the mistakes we do on our own end. It's just a fact. Like they're gonna make you pay for it every time. Teams like them, teams like Washington are gonna make you pay for it. Teams like Edmonton are gonna make you pay for it. Teams like looks like teams like Anaheim and what they've been doing this season, they're gonna make you pay for it. These teams, the Rangers, they're gonna make you pay for it. Like, they have that talent that's gonna make you pay for it. We and that's what we were in the first period. We were making them pay for the mistakes they're making, the lapses. But, you got to do that for 60 minutes, man. You have to. And we just didn't. We can point to Aaron Dell all we want, but it's not just Aaron Dell. We make too many mistakes, especially in the neutral zone. We got bullied in our own end. We lost so many loose puck battles. We lost so many battles in the neutral zone where in the beginning of the season we were playing very well. We were winning those battles. We were carrying the puck through uncontested. We were, our driving play and zone entries, clean zone entries, it was night and day then to what it is now. It's sad. So I don't know all the numbers and analytics of tonight's game, but like from what I watched, it's just like, you can't just play 20 minutes, take a 3-goal lead, and then sit back and hope that you can hold on. It was nice to see Casey Middlestat get on the board tonight. That was nice. His first game back after the first game of the season. Kid was an absolute, electric factory on that goal. The celebration, the smile. Great to see that. I want to see more of that. Dylan Cousins, another great showing. And Vinny Hinostroza with 2 goals tonight. That was really nice to see. But like, that line too got dominated. Even though he had 2 goals tonight, his line got dominated, especially in shot attempts. That was bad. You need more out of this team. A couple comments here. Panthers are winning the cup this year. I'd bet on them. I'd bet on them. I think their chances are to come down to goaltending if Bobrovsky can still, really hold things down. We know how inconsistent he can be in high pressure situations. You saw the playoffs last year. Like, it's going to really come down to Sergei Bobrovsky for sure. Pure misery. Can't disagree with you. It is. This has just been really, really rough to watch. You want to see when you score 4 goals, you want to win hockey games, and we're not winning hockey games when we score 4 goals. It's friggin' sad, man. I don't know how much longer we can sit here and watch games like this where you go up early like this or you score 4 goals. And again, not all of it is on Aaron Dell. It's not, dude, but you just need him to make saves. You need these guys to find ways to make saves for you, and they're just not. They're not making the saves necessary in order for you to win these games and get them in the garage. I tweeted in the first period. We're up 3-0. I'm just like, if Aaron Dell can't get this game in the garage with a lead like this early, and again, 2 separate 3-goal leads, just leave him in Florida. Leave him in Florida, because that's a joke. Like, it's not that hard. Again, it's not all on him. You play way too sloppy in front of your own net. You're doing way too much puck watching. Just, you got to play physical. Like that Sam Reinhart goal, the deflection, like, put him on his ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just put him on his ass. we're just too soft below the dots on our own end. We just are, and that has nothing to do with talent. That's just, you have to be willing to be physical. With that being said, take a look here at their next game. I believe is Carolina. Let me double check here. I want to say that the next game is against Carolina on Saturday in Carolina. Yeah, that's a tough team. Rod Brindamore really, has a good team in there in Carolina. You saw him just get fined for $25,000. Kind of funny, actually. But that's going to be another tough game. Really tough matchup there for Buffalo. It's just, you look at these matchups, you have Carolina, then you have the Ducks, and then you have the Rangers come back home, come back-to-back, not back-to-back home games, but against the Ducks and the Rangers. These games aren't getting any easier. And again, Malcolm Subban isn't going to be the answer, man. He's a nice, I know he's a reactionary type thing, I think, where, Dustin Karski is going on the COVID list and you don't want to have to force UPL to come up and play games, especially when he's not ready. He's having his own struggles in the AHL right now. I mean, his numbers aren't very pretty. It's over a 3 goals against average and a below 900 save percentage. I mean, I don't want to bring that kid up here to play games on this team that's given up 45 shots to the Florida Panthers. I don't want to subject him to that. Look what happened last year. We subjected him to that, and he got hurt. This is a goaltender with injury issues, double hip surgery, other lower body injuries. I don't want to subject him to that. He's in his first pro season. Let him play literally the entire year down in Rochester and try and win a Calder Cup down there. It just makes no sense to me to have him up. So that's why they went and got Malcolm Subban for literally nothing. Literally nothing. Future considerations for literally nothing. To hopefully, be your 1-2 with him and Tokarski when Tokarski gets off the COVID list. I have to imagine you're going to see Malcolm Subban in net against Carolina on Saturday. I mean, no way you can stick Ardell back in there. No way. Absolutely not. And again, 2-3 goal leads. With that being said, I don't know what the answer here is. Everybody's back and healthy. We're waiting for is a guy who wasn't with this team to start the season, and that's Alex Tuch. He's obviously going to be a huge help when that guy does get back. It looks like he's a lot closer than we originally expected. He is skating non-contact with the team. Again, it was a 6-month, I think the surgery was in July on his shoulder. July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, he's a little ahead of schedule. So, hopefully he's back sooner rather than later. And that's another guy you can add to your lineup that's going to give you a lot of flexibility up and down your roster. So we'll see what happens. Again, I just don't know. When they made it 4-3, it was over for me. I was like, they're not going to hang on here. No way. There's no way they were hanging on once Florida made it 4-3. They were playing on their heels. They were, again, doing a lot of puck watching. And you're gripping your stick tighter there. And, a buddy of mine, Christian Wheeler made a comment too. We were texting and he misinterpreted something I sent out. I tweeted out earlier, and, he said, come on, man, this team is good. I'm not saying they're not good. I mean, they're not great, but, defensively they're awful. The goaltending's terrible, 100%. And don't get me wrong, you play differently as a team. It's a fact. When you have a goaltender back there that isn't very good, you're going to play differently. You're not going to play your game the way you want to play. It's a fact. I'm a goalie. I know. Teams play differently in front of other goalies, and it's a fact, man. You're going to be a little bit less willing to take chances, especially offensively, in front of a goalie like Aaron Dahl. It's a fact. Even Dustin Karski, what's special about Dustin Karski? He wouldn't be in the NHL this year if it wasn't for the Buffalo Sabres in this rebuild. It's a fact. A lot of these players in this team wouldn't be in the NHL. I find it hard to believe that, and there's nothing against these guys. He's having a great season. Vinny Hinostroza, I don't know if he might not get an NHL contract this year. Drake Caggiula might not have an NHL contract this year. If Cody Eakin wasn't still under contract from, that deal he signed in Buffalo free agency, might not be in the NHL. Robert Hagg is, a few nice games he's had. He might not be in the NHL. You have a lot of guys who's making league minimum on this team, and it's starting to show in the performances and the results. Like, you have a lot of guys on a $750,000 contracts making league minimum. What else did we expect on this team? Again, we're in the beginning of a rebuild, but when there is a lack of talent, there has to be, a physical presence in your own end, and the willingness to be physical and not get bullied in your own end physically. And they just did tonight. They really did. With that being said, I will hang up and listen. Just remember, this was brought to you by Outlet Liquor, the place to buy a case. We'll talk to you on Saturday when the Sabres take on the Hurricanes in Carolina. Excited for that game. And, please make sure to remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. Like us on Twitter, at 2 Goalies 1 Mike, Instagram at 2 Goalies 1 Mike, and on Facebook, 2 Goalies 1 Mike. Or you can follow me at Duane S39 on pretty much all platforms. Always willing to talk hockey. Shoot me a DM, whatever. Always down. So I'll hang up and listen. And you guys have a good night, and let's go Sabres.